You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Oh, Andrew! This is... yeah. So, who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Onguard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumour in circulation, Your Honour. Oh, this is... Ah, I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's... Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine, I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff. Witness? Why in the world are you... Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. Oh god, I wish I could not yawn when I'm reading, or when I'm playing these games. It makes it seem like I'm bored of them, but it's just the fact that I'm reading so damn much. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this, however I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready! It's gonna take the wind out of you young'uns. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years olds, or 10 years old. Secret info! The Onguard is one evil man. He thought he could ruin Pohwan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? Okay. The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant. Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter, and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will toward the victim. So this means I have to go to smash this rumour once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right, Onguard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. What? Oh my god, that was weird, but also great. Right, so he's an evil man. Yes. How did you find out this information? Wait. Just a gosh darn minute. Well, I'm a busy woman, tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? I think I know. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, why do you know it, Miss Oldbag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that. Witness. I'm sad to say it, but this is how you found out the secret, isn't it? The camera! Yeah, tabloid. Wait, stolen on the night of the murder. Tabloid article about the victim was in this case. Or in the case. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? Oh yeah, it was with her camera. I'd forgotten about that. On that piece of paper she had written down some of her... outrageous... impressions. about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? Ooh. No, I said impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless. Bum bum bum. Ah, that's it. That's the note. Oh. No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Yeah, sure. Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note. I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That infamous puffy-head whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on-guard. She said so herself. On-guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking that what she had written. Nothing but triple dots. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? Look how she turns to him. Every time. And he's just like, oh god, leave me alone. I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Oh my god. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once. She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? No, pile on more pressure. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Oh yeah. Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? Is it stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Miss Oldbag? I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. Can I present that again? Oh my god, I just realised how I'm an idiot, god. Yes, tabloid article about the victim was in the case. The camera case! When I read that, I was like, oh, it's with the case, as in, like, you know, case 4, which we are on. I'm such a fucking idiot. Right, yeah, okay. Oh, it didn't click at all. Miss Oldbag. That note was with a camera, inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie, $1,600 camera disappeared on me. Why, witness. What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? Ah, that's... What, even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I still eat meals like you, I fall in love and borrow things from people. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I saw that woman's business card and that's when I noticed... noticed it said, Slimebag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. My goodness. Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them at once. Oh, to be continued? Oh, no. I'm surprised. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. Ooh, okay. This is the Nickel Samurai. See, I told you. That's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. Lotta's photo added to the court record. What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ongard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? If this photo really is decisive, then we're done. Oh, done for. If I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There is only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took. There is something strange with it, and it's to do with the feet. It looks like the costume doesn't even fit, which is a bit weird. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming. Right. Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there is nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster. Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Yes. Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. When the heck did you take this picture anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't you take a good shot, especially when it counts? Now then, let's hear your objection. Oh wow, it is one chance. God, we have so many of these. What about this photo is strange? Their feet. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankle, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? The Nickel Samurai in this photo could not have been Mr. Ongard. What is the meaning of this? Okay, having this song play during a court proceeding is incredible. It's really cool. I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. There we go. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. His socks. You can see his socks. My God. Exactly, however, in this photo, you can't. The Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only think that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then he's not taking any damage? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt Ongard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I thought it would come to this. What? Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt Ongard. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm? Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph? Can only be one person. It's Von Karma! No, it's Adrian Andrews, of course. Adrian Andrews. If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it would be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ongard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ongard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. The knife. A certain knife with Mr. Ongard's fingerprints all over it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, right? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense motions to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Garrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honour? This court is issuing a... I have no idea how you say that. Subpoena? For Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day. Oh no! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya... Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. I don't know. Object, I guess. That's the only thing I can think to do. Now then. Please, Your Honour, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she is not... Oh. Now you're poor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth? Your Honour, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But... we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. Tisk tisk, unexpected development. I think you underestimated me, Your Honour. What do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to that. Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? Wait, he had this plan from the beginning? Huh? Dun dun. What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution lobby. Oh. She is the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man. Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Ah, man, end of chapter. There we go. God, that was actually probably the longest trial. I think so. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure there's been ones that have gone for over an hour. But, yeah, that was 57 minutes. Damn. Oh my god, that took like 4 hours. Jesus. Dude. I can't believe... I don't want to give him a stoner voice. I can't believe that Adrian... No way. Not cool. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony, during the break... Huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impax's missing suicide note? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impax for her strength and will to live. But then Miss Impax suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Carita, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Mr. Andrews. Mr.? Wait, Mr. Andrews? I'm confused. Was that meant to be Mrs.? Codependency with regards to Miss Impacts. I'm confused. It was Edgeworth. Looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Ah. No, I'm still confused. It said Mr. Andrews. It must have... Maybe it was a typo. I mean, on a keyboard, R and S are very close together. But I don't really know. Do-do, Scooby-Doo-Doo. Call now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls a witness, whatever that word is, by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carrida's room. Yeah, it must have been Miss Andrews, not Mr. That's when I got it just threw me off. I'm like, wait, there's a Mr. Andrews too? What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ongard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yeah, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine, recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Carrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter, or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one has accused you of that. I've got a feeling someone will soon. Don't know what you're talking about. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder had taken place. Or was it about what she did when she found out the murder had taken place? I didn't really read that correctly. When I found the body! She's still playing with that card. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. I placed down that tomato juice. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Yep, sure. You poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix, she is one cool and collected customer. She has the brains to match. Yeah, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pace. Disrupt her pace? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant that this trial is over, understand? Okay. You were in shock? What, was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Carrida. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock, and you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. Yes. Naturally, the same scene in the crime scene photo. Still don't get that. I poured myself a glass of juice. Just when I see a dead body, do you know what I think? I'd love some OJ. Juice. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table. Who the fuck would drink that anyway? Tomato juice. I don't think I've ever had it, but I can't imagine it being that nice. Tomatoes can be quite nice, but it's not something I drink. So I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. Oh, I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Wonka Rita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That's one thing. Oh, that one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Press further. Miss Andrews. I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. That was her doing? God, look how she stood. Calm and collected. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser. When I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto the guitar case. Can I present the guitar case? Empty, there is some water, but only on top of the lid bears Karita's fingerprints. I suppose that wouldn't bear anything else, would it? I'm not entirely sure. I'll just go with it. I wasn't sure if I should do that or the one where she said what she saw was what was in the crime scene photo. So it's whatever. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? The fact that it was open? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. Oh, also that, yeah. If it fell onto it, it would have been soaked. However, only the tip was covered. There we go. If that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about the guitar case. And what is that? It's missing a guitar! Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. Is it the fact it's open? Oh, and they're not even in there. They're not. They're all on the floor. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. What is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the pieces would be inside the vase. Yeah, would be inside the case. The glass shards should be inside the case. Not outside. I just completely rearranged that sentence, but whatever. What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? Objection! Hot damn. No, thinking back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that, other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be, however, an empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case. Seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Make her testify or let her be. Make her testify. The empty guitar case. Guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Huh. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. Can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honour. Oh my god, we're making her testify about something stupid. Testify about the colour of the walls. The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. What the? Wow, great, cool. Jesus. Looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now, it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man. Wow, Edgeworth, you're really going for the fucking throat. The guitar case. I mean, I know exactly what I'm going to present, and I know what I'm going to present it on. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case, but you didn't! There were no fingerprints of yours. There is no... God, hiccups. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah. I do like that. Elementary, my dear. What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. That is strange, because if she was wearing gloves... why would there be fingerprints on the glass? Strange. You were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? I do indeed. Elementary, my dear. I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Oh. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Oh my god, we broke her glasses. Oh, she has multiple pairs. Isn't that useful? Order, order, order. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. It's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves despite the fact that on the case... What the fuck? Your Honour, this is obviously the defence's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into his misguided objection. No, Your Honour. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. Jesus. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with the murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was... Oh my god. So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours, you haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? The Nickel Samurai! Actually, it could have been. It could have been another costume, because we know that Engard was wearing one when he was asleep. She wouldn't have stripped him down. This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. In this picture? It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... inside the guitar case was his Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What? Yeah, we got this music back. Woohoo! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Do-do-do-do. Ah, nice. Do-do-do-do-do. Order, order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Well, wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt Engard's. What would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? Or why? And inside the guitar case of all places. True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? Oh my god. It was stolen from him? I really want to go for that because I have a feeling it'll be funny. I'll risk the penalty, I don't care. I think it may have been stolen from Mr. Engard. Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing? Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. Engard would be forced to go naked. Oh my god.